Before we activate Grass Looks Greener, we're gonna have to bait Ash Blossom. We have 3 cards in our hand to bait Ash Blossom. So here I'm gonna activate Supe Duskwalker, discarding the trap card, and the opponent activates their Ash Blossom in response. Now we can activate Grass. We'll activate our Ishizus to mill an additional 10 cards. We have a Fairy Tale Snow in the graveyard and a bunch of our tuners. We'll banish Snopios and any of our tuners from the graveyard with Fairy Tale Snow. We activate Berserker to banish Snow. Luckily for us, Fairy Tale Snow is not once per turn. We'll activate Fairy Tale Snow again. We'll use Fairy Tale Snow to flip one of their monsters face down. And then we'll activate Snopios. Swordsoul Sinister will banish Snow, and Swordsoul Chisao will negate its effect. Now the only card we have to worry about is the set card in the back row, and Snopios adds itself to the hand. We'll activate Right Hand Shark from the graveyard, and then activate another Fairy Tale Snow, flipping their monster face down. We'll normal summon Shift, sending Fairy Tale Snow to the graveyard so we can summon our Coral Dragon. Coral Dragon will pop Sinister. And then we'll Synchro Summon with Coral into a Swordsoul Changing. Coral Dragon lets us draw a card. We'll use Leaf Fish to shuffle 3 fish and draw a card. And because we banished a card, we can activate Changing, banishing 2 of their cards. By placing 1 card from our hand on top of the deck, we can special summon a level 2 tuner, Plague Spreader Zombie, from the graveyard. Then using Snopios and Plague Spreader, we can Synchro Summon into a Cell Synchro Stardust Dragon. A Cell Synchro will special summon a level 2 tuner from the graveyard. And now we can special summon our level 10 Synchro, Baron de Fleur. And because of all the banished cards, we have enough damage with Swordsoul Changing to OTK the opponent. So this time we're going second against Virtual Worlds. I'm going to activate the Royal Evenly Matched. They respond with Cross a Designator targeting a Lightning Storm. Maybe they forgot their Evenly. And now we're going to activate Fury the Kyrishin, protecting our water monsters from card destruction. Normal summon the Tuna in order to bait Ash Blossom. It's not clear if they didn't use Ash Blossom because they wanted to activate Max C. So I'm going to special summon Leaf Fish and no Ash in response, so we can activate Left Arm Offering, activate Grass Looks Greener, activate Agito to mill another 5 cards. I like to use Leaf Fish to shuffle copies of my tuners back into the deck, so if the opponent has Called by the Grave, they won't be able to negate my tuners next turn. Now we'll activate Snow to banish the tuners and Snopios. Snopios then banishes another fish and adds itself to the hand. And on the opponent's turn, we'll get both of our tuners. And we still have Fury the Kyrishin in the graveyard, protecting our cards from card destruction. We also have plenty of material in the graveyard to banish for Fairy Tale Snow, so we can revive Fairy Tale Snow multiple times to disrupt the opponent, and also use Fairy Tale Snow as material for Synchro Summons. So the opponent is Synchro Summoned into Vermilion Dragon Mech. So now is probably a good time to activate our Paces. Special summon Deep Beyond. Then we'll activate the field spell to banish a fish. They activate the trap card to destroy Deep Beyond. We're going to protect Deep Beyond. The field spell then banishes Shift and adds itself to the hand. I protected Deep Beyond because I want it to return next turn. It's going to have a really high attack, so I'll be able to 1-turn kill the opponent next turn. So this Virtual World deck still has a lot of gas left. Even after being board wiped with Evenly Matched and then another board wipe with Deep Beyond, he's still going. And now we can activate Fairy Tale Snow and flip over their tuner, so they're still able to go into a level 9 Synchro. And before the opponent can Synchro Summon again, we will activate the other Fairy Tale Snow in the graveyard. And we use Snow to banish the Zep. Use Snow to flip over another card. So we're going to special summon the Zep. And we'll use both Fairy Tale Snows to Synchro Summon into our second Deep Beyond. And with that, the opponent scoops. So let's check out the deck list. You can find a link to it in the description. This deck uses Left Arm Offering to search for grass, banishing at least 2 cards from your hand, so we can use it to banish our tuners or Snopios. Once you resolve grass, then hopefully you got either Snow or an Ice Barrier trap card in the graveyard. Using Snow, you can banish the tuners and Snopios to start your combo, or you can use Ice Barrier to add Snopios to your hand. Another way to start the combo is if you have the field spell in your graveyard and you summon a fish, you can banish that fish, add the field spell to your hand, and then use the field spell to banish a tuner or Snopios from the graveyard, and then add Exeep, a tuner or Snopios to your hand. About half of the deck can be negated by Ash Blossom, so we'll have a good chance of being able to bait an Ash Blossom before we resolve Grass Looks Greener. And even if we don't draw grass, we can still play a standard Ghoti deck. So looking at the data, I have a 68% win rate, not that impressive, but going first has an 81% win rate. Looking at the reasons for why I lost, it was never because I bricked, so this deck was very consistent going first. And where I fall short is going second, with only 56%. And the reason for this is because I didn't main deck that many hand traps or board breakers, so if I had to go and rebuild this deck again, I'd make some more room for some going second cards, maybe 3 Max C, 3 Evenly Matched. And despite going first 7 times against Swordsoul and going second 8 times, I still have a 70% chance of winning against Swordsoul, which happened to be the most common deck in this event. Like half my games were just Swordsoul. And that's all I have to say about this deck, so I'll see you guys next time.